I want to introduce you guys to a guy by the name of Corey Sandhagen. He's a 27-year-old fighter in the bantamweight division of the UFC and is one of those guys that truly has the potential to make enough noise to save a division. Now, I'm not necessarily saying the bantamweight division needs saved right now, but I'm also not saying they don't. With TJ Dillashaw out of the mix for at least 2 years, and who knows what's going to happen at the end of that 2 years, the bantamweight division is almost starting to look like the flyweights. Now, I hate to say that because so many of the hardcore fans love to watch the quote-unquote smaller guys fight, and a lot of us feel like we see the most technical fights in those smaller weight divisions. But we're also well aware that we're the minority, and we all know how little love these guys get for going in there and putting their bodies on the line every single time. Now, either way, that could all be changing very soon if Corey Sandhagen's career path stays on its current course. Now, he's currently 11-1, winning 7 of those fights by finish, with his last win being at UFC Fight Night 150 in Florida over the number 10 bantamweight John Lineker, who we all know probably has one of the most powerful pound-for-pound left hands in the business and is no slouch by any stretch of the imagination. Now, Sandhagen has a brown belt in jiu-jitsu and seems to be pretty fluent on the ground as well, judging by his past fights. Just like most of the guys in this series, however, you could make an argument about him not having any real tough competition so far, but when you've been watching the sport as long as I have, and as long as a lot of other people that watch this channel has, when a guy with this much talent comes along, there's just something about them that makes them stand out to us. Whether it be the ground game, the way they move, the way they strike, whatever it is, something about them makes them stand out in our minds and be like, oh, this guy's special, right? Now, Sandhagen has actually modeled his fighting style after his longtime idol Dominick Cruz, who coincidentally will be in Sandhagen's way of achieving his dream. Although Sandhagen seems to be one of the only people, or is the only person, truly capable of mimicking that Dominick Cruz fighting style and doing it successfully. So when these guys cross paths, it's going to be fireworks for sure. Throw in the fact that Sandhagen trains under Duane Ludwig at Elevation Fight Team in Denver, we've got a potential future superstar on our hands. Now, Sandhagen has shown that he has the knockout power that the casual fans want to see, and from what I've seen so far, he knows how to handle interviews as well. He's not awkward in front of the camera, and we've seen that he can talk some shit when he needs to. And unfortunately, being good in front of a camera is actually a huge part of some of these guys' success these days. Either way, I think Corey Sandhagen is next up in the bantamweight division, and I think he's next up in the UFC overall as well. His next fight's probably going to be that true litmus test that can either take his career to the next level or maybe throw up a couple roadblocks. With his last win over Lineker, Dana's probably going to throw him to the lion's den with someone like Dominick Cruz, Cody Garbrandt, Pedro Munoz, or maybe even someone like Jim Miller, who's coming off a win as well. Either way, if you haven't been keeping up with Corey Sandhagen's career until now is a great time to jump on that train. One more win and he has a true chance of reviving the bantamweight division after all this TJ Dillashaw drama has finally started to fizzle out. Either way, guys, I just wanted to take a second and say thank you so much for all the support lately on the videos. If you made it this far in the video, you're one of the 15% of people that doesn't have the attention span of a fly, so I also appreciate that a ton. Keep doing what you all are doing, subscribing, liking, commenting, turning on notifications, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you next time. Later, guys.